Hey, welcome back to the shop. Today I want to talk to you about maximizing how much you get out of a blank. So I had this as a full log. This is 15.5 by 19. Now the bark was all damaged all the way around. So if you have the bark, you can take a chance in making one or two of this, which that's pretty much it for the blank. In my case, even though this is 19 inches, I have an 1836, so it has to be made smaller. Now, when you make the decision, do not disregard the ends necessarily, especially if there are still no cracks, because you can get stuff like this blank here out of the end. So subsequently, because I already made several of those and I wanted to make a set, so here it's just me and my wife, and kids come over, another couple come over every once in a while. So we don't need a huge bowl. So with the other half of this, I rough turn this guy, in which case your ambrosia splash goes the other way, goes downwards. And this is about 12.5 inches. It's going to be about 12 inches finish. And so because of the bark, I want to make with the other half for personal salad bowls like this one. That is what my wife currently uses. So, and this is a standard for one. This is it's a pretty hefty serving, by the way. When I have Greek salad on this, I'm like stuffed. But this is 6.5 inches, and just for, here's another 6.5, actually made out of wood. It's a little taller, and your instinct will be, cut this in half and make 4. And I want to show you that you can get way more than that out of this. I don't know how many, but we'll find out together. The other thing is pieces like this, and this is usually winds up being between 4 and 5 inches. I like to make this miniature pieces, and so a blank like this one here can get you something like that. And these things are the hood to actually make, because they require finesse. Here's a little hollow form I did. It's getting oval. These things are a lot of fun. You should try it. I love it so much that I got myself a mini chuck. I did an unboxing of that if you want to see it. But so going back to this log, let's assume for a second that you had a good bark and you made a bowl either like that or this way, but live edge for yourself, and you want to make a set. So you can still make, this is a little tall, but you can make this, and in which case you'll probably go, well, I get 4 out of it. And that's not the case, because all the stuff came out of a similar one. And just to give you an idea, this particular piece here, and that and this came out of the same place. So if you see there, and this piece came out of here, and the other one goes on the other side. So, and instead of cutting this in half, cut it the other way. And in my case, my goal is to make 4 of this, but get more blanks out of it. And let's say that you wanted this a little smaller, so just as an example, here's a rough turn for a 6-inch. It's 6 1/4 right now this way, and 6 3/4 this way, because this is in the process of drying and it has to be returned. So this is a finished piece. We'll put this aside. So you'll think that here I made 2 templates for rough turning that, and this will be, if I use this and I don't have enough, I could always make the decision to go with the 6. But as you can see, this is bigger than that, and it's also taller. So this template here, which I translate into this, because I want to be able to draw, I'm going to keep this, and I want to be able to draw right on the wood, and you'll see why in a second. So let's grab this piece here, and we want to avoid this area here, the pith. So let's just be aware of that. And so if we want to avoid the bark too, the corners here don't really mean anything because we're going round, right? So, but it's exactly, let's say, there. Be happy with that. So trace around there. And we're going to go to this side and do the same thing. Making sure this fits. See, as I'm doing this, I notice I can orientate more this way and still avoid the pith, and I'll tell you why in a second when I'm doing this now. So this left this B here, so if I shift this guy same way as the other, we will actually, we're still inside here, we're still away from the pith. It's gonna make it complicated for me to cut. But I'm just gonna mark this area here so I remember that that's not it. So that's what I need, and that far, right, in order to make 2 of those. Now if we make a line here, and another line here, as you can see, that just opened up. And even if you cut save, give it a bit more, it won't change much. Let's say this is 6 inches, so you make it like 5. So still go here. And you're still getting a decent blank that will wind up. So yielding something like this. This actually came from me doing the live edge. It came from here. But you still, in this case, it'll be either one of this live edge or some pieces like we talked about before. So in this case, we're getting to here, we're getting for sure 3 blanks. Now this is, let's say we're gonna go with 5 for our actual blank or the piece that we're gonna make. So 5.5 to get 2 of them, it will require 10 inches, right, or like 11. So if I were to cut this here, I will only get 1. So if I go with the 7 inches the other way, right, so we'll get my other 2 balls out of here and 1 piece here. So instead of just cutting this and that, or because you can divide this in different ways, you can just go here and then leave it all to one end. However, if your first cut that you make in the bandsaw will be dividing this here, then now that gives you, this is assuming that you have a decent bandsaw, right? So that's your 11 inches there. My bandsaw can do 14 inches, so now I can cut next these 2 cuts standing up and then divide. Once I separate this piece, sorry, I kind of got confused there. So once I have this piece as a whole, grab these 2 pieces and cut them here. So I get basically 2, well, I will get 2 of this. So that'll be 2, 4, 6, 8. Am I getting that right? No, I'm getting 3 for sure going down this way. 4 here. That's 7. And 2 more is 9. So there, 9 blanks we're going to get out of this. So just before it becomes all confusing, I'm going to actually cut this up, and so let's see if I'm right. Well, that was a lot of work, but I got my 4 intended blanks to make those 7-inch bowls, and I got me these pieces, which makes it 9, and this 2 particular here could be divided to make miniature bowls, but I didn't cut them because there was about 5.5 inches circle, and I might do that. That will make it an end grain bowl though. But those are decent blanks, and so are these other ones. And then I got me 8 out of the other triangle type cuts that can be used to make this type of stuff. So all in all, 17 blanks. I mean, I'm not sure I will call this blanks. I mean, is this a blank to you? It is to me, but you know, to each his own. So anyways, that's all I got for you. I just want you to get more blanks out of your logs and have more fun turning. So I really appreciate you hanging out with me today, and we will catch up with you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.